Hello, my name is Destiny Thomas, and today I'm going to be talking to you about the human papillomavirus, formerly known as HPV 2. So, basically, what HPV is a virus that enters your body, usually through a tear in your skin, such as a cut or an abrasion, and you can have it genitally as well through intercourse, such as anal, oral, or just regular sexual intercourse. So, what you usually get out of those are warts, and those warts are contagious as well. And they can be spread from contact, just from like a touch, or if their ward has touched any other surface as well, and then another person who doesn't have it touches it. That's how you get it. So as far as transmission goes, yes, it can be sexually, again, anal, oral, or just regular physical intercourse. But with those, they're with the virus, there are like different degrees of it per se. There's the low risk and there's the high risk. So for the low risk, those are like the ones that don't cause cancer or anything. It's not malignant. It's just benign. Like it's not anything serious. So those are like genital warts, common warts, plantar warts, of those such. And then we have the high risk HPVs, and this can cause cancer. And the two types are 16 and 18 for those. And these two are responsible for the cancerous HPV that people can contract. As far as like being able to prevent it, the number one major thing is getting vaccinated. If you get vaccinated, that can, yes, you're getting injected with like a form of the virus, but what that does, it helps your body fight off the disease, so that if it ever gets attacked again, it knows what it can do to fight it off. Um, the CDC recommends that you do get the doses when you're like around 11 or 12, and the recommended time to get them for young adults is from the age of 13 to 17. Another way that you can prevent from contracting HPV is to get screened for cervical cancer, because a lot of the times, like, sometimes the symptoms aren't even noticeable, so you would never even know until you got tested or something bad happened and you got ill from it. And another way to prevent it is if you are sexually active, to always remember, to get tested every now and then, and to always use protection such as condoms, female condoms, any things of that sort, or just practice abstinence. Um, for as far as like treatment for it, there's no cure for it, but there's vaccine, like there's medicine and medication that you can take for the warts, so the warts can go away. And so you can do prescription medication, like the little freeze away for the warts and stuff of those, if it's not cancerous. As far as cancerous, like they would have to go and surgically remove any cancerous, malignant warts that are on you. So as far as the symptoms go, the symptoms are different for whichever warts you have, and also for like the disease you have too, the infection, the HPV infection that you have. So for as far as genital warts, you get like little lesions or like cauliflower bumps. So those are like the little warts you usually get. They come in groups. Those yeah, you can find those on your genitals. Um, for women, it's mostly on the vulva, but it's also near the anus as well. And for men, it's all, they might appear on the penis or the scrotum or around the anus too. The common warts, they're just like, the little warts you get on your face, or your arm or your leg. They're rough, kind of ragged. They're raised bumps on your hands, fingers, elbows too. As far as plantar warts are concerned, um, symptoms for that, they just they're really hard, and like they're like little growths. They're like little growths, and these can happen on the heels or the ball of your feet. And then there are warts called flat warts, and for flat warts, the symptoms of those are you get warts that are like They're like little lesions, and they're darker than like the color of your skin or the tone of your skin. And I was looking up information about it, to see the statistics, and it was saying that every year that they get a minimum of at least 14 million new genital HPV infections. 14 million in the U.S. And they were saying that about 11,000 cases of this are cervical cancer. So out of the 14 million they get it each year, 11,000 of those cases are cancerous, of cervical cancer. And from those 11,000, 4,000 of the women actually die from getting it, from contracting it. The CDC, which is the Center for Disease Control and Prevention, they estimated that 90 to 80% of sexually active men and women will be infected with at least one type of HPV at some point in their lives. Now, what this is saying that it doesn't have to be like high risk, so cancerous anything. It can just be low risk, such as just regular warts, plantar, flat warts, common warts. So so yeah, that's it's pretty. Even though it's not cancerous, I mean, you still have a form of HPV. And it is commonly seen for a form of HPV known as oral carcinoma, and this is found in your mouth, like around like the insides of your mouth, and that's commonly seen in women in the ages from 20 to 39. Women and men. And as far as like some additional information that I found out for it, and it actually said that it was saying that for the in Louisiana, I didn't find anything locally, but when I looked at things for statewide, it was saying that in 2016, out of the whole population of young males, it was only 20% of them actually got vaccinated. I'm sorry, 30%, only 30.5% of the young males actually got vaccinated got the doses of the HPV vaccine, and that is literally less than half. It's like almost like a little over a quarter. So a lot of these infections can be prevented before it even happens if you do get the vaccine. And as far as young women from the ages of 13 to 17, it was a little bit higher. It was only 39.3% of young women from the ages of 13 to 17 who actually got vaccinated. So a lot of the times, things like this can be prevented if you just get the vaccination. And as far as like some additional information or facts that I found, a lot of people do talk about the fact that, the cancer that you can get from HPV is a cervical cancer, but that's not the only cancer. You can get anal cancer, oropharyngeal cancer, and and that's a cancer that happens in the middle part of your throat, which is right here. And that includes like the little soft platelets in the base of your tongue and the tonsils. So really, base of the tongue, tonsils. So anything dealing right here, you can get cancer. You can get called oropharyngeal cancer, and that's from having a high-risk HPV infection. As far as there's a rare cancer such as like vaginal cancers, and that causes 65%. I mean, it's rare, but there's still a great percent. There's a higher percentage of people getting it. There's vulvar cancers and penile cancers too from having the HPV, the high-risk HPV infection. So it's always a good thing to get tested. Even if you don't think you have anything, you can always be reassured by just getting yourself tested and making sure there's nothing wrong with you or there's nothing going on with your body or anything. And if you do see any warts or bumps down there in your vaginal area or somewhere around your anus or in your mouth, it's always good to get checked, because there's always the better safe than sorry. It's the phrase that I always use. And a lot of times this can even be nipped in the bud if it was just prevented in the first place from getting the vaccine. Thank you guys so much for listening to my PSA for the human papillomavirus known as HPV. You have a great day.